guys, it's Cloudy. How are you all? Today we're going to be talking about another South Korean actress. She has slowly gained a little bit of a following and some popularity. She's one of my favorite actresses of all time, which is Chae Soo. Chae Soo first became known when she was in Lovers in the Moonlight, which was starring Kim Yoo-jung and Park Bo-gum. In that drama, she played a character who had an unrequited crush on one of the main characters. So she was more of a side character, but her charming personality really captured my eye. I've also seen her in Cheer Up Sassy Go-Go, which follows a group of preppy school students who are all part of a cheerleading squad, and she was going through a lot of drama and emotions as a high school student. Today in this vlog, we're going to be talking about some of her more recent and mature work where she takes on the lead role and plays a variety of different characters that are all pretty different when I take a step back and look at them. I think one of the main charms she had is that she's always very lovable and cute in whatever role she's playing, and she manages to have chemistry with whatever male lead that she is paired with. So I think that's one of her strengths as an actor. The first series we're going to talk about is called Rebel, the Thief Who Stole the People. The main guy character for the show is played by Yoon Kyun-sang. He plays Hong Gil-dong, who starts off as a slave in a lowly position and becomes a revolutionary activist. Hong Gil-dong is a very famous and iconic character in Korean culture and Korean history. You can think of him as basically Korean Robin Hood, who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. Chae Soo plays his love interest and later on becomes his wife. The beginning is a pretty slow burn, and the story actually has a huge focus on the historical and kingdom and political elements as opposed to the romance. The romance is a very kind of a slow burn, and Hong Gil-dong originally is portrayed as a very cold, stocky hulk of a man. He is kind of closed off, and Chae Soo is a very bright, friendly, and forward female character who kind of ends up jumping into his personal circle, jumping into his heart. So I really like the dynamic. There's a really cute clip online where she's kind of chasing after him and he just ignores her. And in the series, the most popular iconic scene has to be when they are trying to out Hong Gil-dong and capture him. So they capture his wife and tie her to a wooden post where she's held hostage. And there's this yearning scene between the two main characters. He's calling her name from afar and she's calling for her husband, but they cannot meet. He can't reveal himself because he'll get captured and the whole plan will go out the window. For me, the sparse romance elements in the show were actually more iconic than the actual story plotline, but that just might be me because I'm usually more focused on the couple than the external events of what's happening. The second show I want to talk about is called Strongest Deliveryman. It's a slice of life working themed drama that follows a cast of characters who are all delivery people. In South Korea, there's a really huge culture around delivery people because deliveries are so instantaneous and so convenient that there is a huge market for that kind of work. The two main characters are both delivery people, and the main guy character is going to end up starting his own app service and becomes a successful CEO. So as his career develops, their romantic relationship also develops. Chae Soo-bin's character is very hardworking, only cares about money, not interested in romance, no nonsense kind of character. She's very tough because she's always grown up surviving in Seoul by herself. And she's overall a very snappy and refreshing character to watch. I think the characters really make the show. Kim Sono is also in the show, and the interactions between the characters as well as some of the side characters' story arcs, the chemistry between the characters makes the show really memorable. The third show I want to talk about is a little bit unusual. It's called I'm Not a Robot, in which Chae Soo participates in a love triangle with herself and also the main guy character. The main guy character is played by Yoo Sung-ho. Yoo Sung-ho's character has an allergy toward human contact. So if he touches someone, his skin starts to burn and he has this huge physical and allergic reaction to people. He ends up investing in a company who makes robots. So he purchases a robot to aid his daily life and keep him company, basically. For some reason, the robot ends up malfunctioning and they have to find someone who looks exactly like the robot to trick this rich guy. So they hire Chae Soo, she pretends to be the robot and just lives in this guy's house doing all the chores and household tasks. And then later on, this huge misunderstanding blows up because the main guy character finds out that he was actually interacting with a human rather than a robot. He has this like almost life-threatening medical episode, and there's stuff related to the company that makes the robot, the developers team. There's sort of like drama that comes along with that, and also the romance between Chae Soo and Yoo Sung-ho, which develops at a sort of awkward pace because he's pretty adverse to human beings in general. I would say that the show has a pretty good mix of like typical K-drama tropes, but it's trying to put a more like futuristic and sci-fi technology element into the storytelling. The last show we're going to talk about is called Where Stars Land. Most of this drama takes place in Incheon International Airport, which is the main airport in South Korea. And the show is a slice of life that follows the lives of these workers who interact within the airport. Most of them are part of the passenger or airport team and basically follows their everyday lives as their work and relationships overlap each other in the same field and workplace. Chae Soo plays a young woman who struggles to control her emotions as she navigates the working world. Of course, in an airport, there's a lot of like high-strung people, crazy tourists, and a lot of experiences that are related to service. I think a lot of times it's like pretty hard to explain things that happen in slice of life series because what really happens in slice of life is everyday stuff. You go to work, you meet up with coworkers, you resolve things at work, you get off work, you have meals with friends or family, relationships slowly develop, there's a little bit of work drama, so all of those typical everyday elements all get thrown into this series. And I don't know why, I like slice of life a lot because especially for this drama, I don't work in an airport. I'm probably never gonna work in an airport, so I kind of like seeing other careers portrayed in shows. There are a lot of relatable themes that we can find when we watch working people go through the motions of everyday life, and a lot of relatable experiences that we sort of all encounter through our lives, even though we're all working at different positions. I hope you guys found some interesting K-drama recommendations. Chae Soo is such a charming and lovely actress. I can't wait to see her in more work in the future. And if you guys liked any of these shows, let me know what you thought in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more. I will talk to you guys in my next video very soon. Bye!